Hello. It's been a while since I've posted anything, so I figured I would do a writing share, actually. I haven't been doing as much writing as I would like, but so goes that story. Yeah, I had surgery on my right arm, or my right elbow specifically, so that was very sore to use last weekend, and I was mostly just sleeping and trying to heal. But but yeah, so just been kind of taking it easy and whatnot. So, but I figured I would do another video here and do a writing share, and this writing share is taken out of Fireside Quarterly. I just subscribed to this. I just saw it advertised on Twitter maybe like a month ago or something. I actually forgot that I had subscribed, and then I got this in the mail, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, it's really cool. It's just it's a quarterly, well, Fireside Quarterly, but they print this 4 times a year, and they say, the people who created it, they said, Fireside has 2 goals: to find and publish great stories, regardless of genre, and to pay our writers and artists well. Which I think is very admirable. And there are a lot of stories in here. They're all short stories. Some of them are even flash fiction, which is what I'm going to read today. And then there's some bits of poetry in here too. And so far, I've pretty much enjoyed all of them so far. I mean, the poetry, I'm not really much of a poetry fan to begin with, so, but anyway, I thought I would share this particular story it's just fun. You'll see. It's called Lord Serpent by Mary Sue Lee, and the illustration is by Galen Dara, and it was edited by Julia Rios. So, Lord Serpent. In the year of the snake, at the start of the reign of Emperor Liu, may his memory shine imperishable, 4 demons beset the Middle Kingdom. The greatest and most terrible of these demons was vanquished by Emperor Liu himself. The second demon was drowned in oil by the Chancellor, and the Grand Commandment slew the third demon after battling with it for 8 days and 8 nights. The fourth demon took the form of a giant serpent, 200 feet long and as wide in girth as a wagon. Lord Serpent settled itself upon the great wall encircling the purple forbidden city, overlooking the palaces and government halls, the gardens and the temples. From this high vantage, Lord Serpent surveyed the forces arrayed against him, and laughed at their puniness. Arrows and spears plinked from his scales like raindrops striking a bucket. He crushed armored warriors into meat patties beneath his massive belly. The army wheeled siege engines into position and launched a volley of boulders. Lord Serpent hissed in irritation, a hissing louder than a summer storm sweeping through a forest. He pushed the boulders back over the wall, smashing several unfortunate observers below. Emperor Liu offered his 3rd largest ruby as a reward to whoever could kill the serpent. More warriors ventured up the wall, where they too were crushed into meat patties. The siege engines hurled molten iron, which ran harmlessly down the beast's scales. Lord Serpent laughed and luxuriated in the puddle of hot iron. Emperor Liu promised his 2nd largest emerald as additional reward. Xiao, a gray-haired palace laundrywoman, left the room where she had been folding sheets. She went to the servants' kitchen where her son worked, begged from him a skinned lamb and a carving knife, kissed her son, and told him to be good. Then she made her way north toward the serpent. The soldiers on guard smirked as they saw her waddling along, arms laden with the bloodied lamb, a kitchen knife strapped to her belt. One of the younger men, worried for her, shouted, "Careful, old mother, the snake will swallow you up as easily as a toad swallows a fly." Xiao nodded to him and headed up the stairs that climbed the wall. The men watched, but they did not stop her. Lord Serpent watched, but did not fear her. He did, however, smell the raw lamb in her grasp. He smelled it and he hungered. Rather than crushing Jiao beneath his bulk, he darted his head forward, swallowing her and the lamb together as easily as a toad swallows a fly. Xiao held her breath as she slipped down the serpent's dark gullet. She let go of the lamb. She took firm hold of the knife, praying silently to the gods, to the heavenly grandfather, to guide her hand. Then, in the slippery passage of the serpent's insides, she slashed with the knife, slashed through the soft, unprotected gullet, up into the serpent's foul heart. Lord Serpent cried out, thrashing, coiling and uncoiling. He retched up the laundry woman, who stood, dripping slime, as the snake died. Emperor Liu bowed to Jiao as he bestowed the promised reward, for he was a man of wisdom equal to his rank, humbled that a servant had slain the serpent where his soldiers could not. Jiao gave the emerald to the young soldier who had shouted a warning to her, gave the ruby to her son, and went back to folding sheets. For she too was wise, and knew that the gods had guided her hand to the serpent's heart, and one must not ask more of the gods than one needs. Yeah, so I just really liked that story, and if you liked it too, leave a comment below. I'm not sure if there's a way to contact the authors of the stories, but through the Fireside Quarterly website. I don't even know the website. But if you just type it in to Google, you'll be able to find it. But yeah, so that was called Lord Serpent by Mary Sue Lee. And that illustration was by Galen Dara. So anyway, I hope you all have had a wonderful weekend and continue, because it is only midday on Sunday, at least where I am. So it's not over yet. And just keep running with your words.